Yeah, you're old. That's understandable.
It's not about being old.
I know. I get it. I'm just kidding.
It's about being sociable in the moment. Like, why would I want to sit next to somebody who's playing Instagram with somebody else when
playing Instagram with somebody else. What the fuck does that mean? That's how you know he's old. Why would I want to sit next to somebody who's playing Instagram next to someone?
Well, they're playing with their Instagram, whatever.
It's time for the Garage Boozing Podcast.
What's up, nerds, and welcome back to another episode of the Garage Boozing Podcast. I'm your host, the man with absolutely no plan, the Chase with the face for radio, Chase Sherga. And boy, do I have one hell of an episode for you guys today. I am joined by the return of 10-time guest, that's right, 10-time guest, most appearances in Garage Boozing history, Mike Weeden, a.k.a. Mike W., as my dad would call him. But guys, this conversation goes all over the place, like we do here in the garage, and I know you're going to love him. So without further ado, folks, you know what time it is. It's time to sit back, relax, kick your feet up, crack open a cold one, and if you're really feeling fruity, take a shot. Why not? Because this week's episode of the Garage Boozing Podcast starts now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Garage Boozing Podcast. Today, I am joined by one very special guest. To my left, your right if you're watching on YouTube, we have the return of Mike Weeden. Mike, welcome back to the show. And actually, I should say, we have the return of 10-time guest Mike Weeden. This is his 10th episode on the Garage Boozing Podcast.
That can't be right.
It's absolutely right. It's your 9th trip to the garage because one of them we did have that we had to split into 2 episodes. But I did count right before you got here. This is your 10th appearance. Most time guest in the garage, Mike Weeden. Welcome back to the show.
I feel like Ric Flair right now.
Woo!
But yeah, thanks for having me on. It's been a while since June of last year.
June of last year, I can't believe that.
Yeah, it's almost like it's a different time period.
Yeah, because it is. It's a different year.
Oh.
So yeah, last time you were on the podcast, your son was what, 2 months old? You said?
It was like early June, right?
Yeah,
So about a month and a half.
month and a half.
Yep. Now he's about 11 and a half months old.
Wow.
Yep.
What's fatherhood like now that it's like 10 months later?
I mean, it's amazing being able to, see him grow up and witness him move around. I mean, he's a little behind on a couple things. He doesn't crawl yet, but he's sitting up and he wants to stand up and he's kind of talking a little bit more. But it's like a really large baby right now. He's huge. He's in like the 97th percentile for weight and length. Put him in daycare with all the other kids that are older than him, and he is bigger than all of them.
Oh, shit.
He's massive. He's like a sumo wrestler. So,
Dude, maybe he'll be a wrestler.
I'm hoping so.
That would be cool, wouldn't it?
I mean, he's already bigger than half the wrestlers right now.
That would be cool if he was a wrestler, though. You could do all the shows and shit. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Well, I mean, I don't want him to hurt himself, so I've got him lined up for a couple other things. I want him to be either an NFL kicker or punter.
That would be cool.
You make a lot of money and you don't get hit.
Yeah.
Or a MLB catcher, because there's a lot of people who are not wanting to do that. It kind of destroys your legs. But
Yeah, but what about when they run into you and like hit you at home plate?
there's a lot of rules against that now.
Oh, they don't do that anymore?
you can't do like the train, just running people
Oh, you
over.
can't plow them over anymore?
I don't know the exact rules behind it, but no, you can't just railroad a guy.
Oh, dude, when I watched baseball as a kid, that was so cool when people just come in like, boom, and they drop the ball. That was cool.
Yeah, or you'd have a guy like Mike Piazza and just tear him up.
Yeah, but like
big guys at the plate.
hockey, you can get in fights and shit, but baseball, you can't just tackle a guy to make him drop a ball.
Hockey's different. You can take your ice skate off and start swinging it. I mean, it's different sport, different animal.
Baseball's weak.
I mean, it's the great American pastime.
Oh, yeah, back to your son. So now that he's almost a year old, you said, right?
Yeah, 11 and a half months. He turns.
When do you stop doing the month thing?
Listen, I'm so mad at people when they go, "Oh, my kid's 27 months old."
Yeah.
No. He's like 2 years and 3 months.
Yeah.
Once he hits a year old,
Then you're just gonna say
I'm
he's
going
a
to
year
say
old.
a year old, a year and a month, a year and 2 months. Like, if they want to really know its specific details, I'll give him days. He's 375 days old.
I swear, if I have you back here in a couple months and I'm like, "Oh, dude, how's the kid?" and you're like, "Oh, he's 14 months old," I'm gonna slap you.
Please do. I would appreciate it if you did. No, I can't stand that stuff.
Yeah,
So,
it drives me nuts.
we don't say that for us.
Yeah, well, that would be a
Once
lot
you
of
hit-
months. Oh my God, that'd be so many months.
It would be, yeah.
Especially you.
Yeah, I know I'm ancient now.
Yeah, how old are you now?
36 going on 37.
That's nuts.
It's old.
You're old.
Yeah, you're worried about 30.
I know. I'm going to be 30 this year. It's so funny because when I first met you, what was that, like 10 years ago plus, something like that? So you were like in your upper 20s, and that's how old I am now. Oh, and you were way more mature than I am now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, different breeds. We're all different here. It was like 20. I went through a midlife crisis at 25.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. So at 50, I'll be dead.
Fuck.
I've already told people that. Just expect me not to be around after 50.
That's what I say about 40. I'm like, yeah, I party too hard. I'm not making it to 40.
Yeah. No, I don't party too hard. I just know that family history and pounding those energy drinks, day after day in the past. My heart's not going to hold up.
Oh, so you're off the energy drinks now?
I still drink some randomly, but I'm not drinking 3 Monsters a day.
At 4 in the morning.
Yeah. Well, no, it's like 2 in the morning now.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bad.
Oh my God. Yeah, when I first met Mike, he was actually a boss at a previous job. We've talked about that before, but this guy would walk in double fisting Monsters at 4 in the morning. It was crazy.
Yeah. I had
It was Monsters, right?
Yeah. I think I had a couple, like the Monster Rehab. Yeah, the lemonade one. Yep, that's what I used to rock.
Wow.
It's good stuff. I think I still every once in a while. I think I had a Monster Rehab the other day.
How'd it feel? Like the old days?
Oh yeah, it brought back the memories. I was talking about apples and oranges.
Yeah, we worked in the produce department at a grocery store. So
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Geez, I keep getting off topic here. So back to your kid. Can we say his name? Is that like?
Yeah, you can say his name.
I said that last time, right? I wasn't sure. I'm always like, his name's Owen, which is cool.
Yep.
But I'm just always so weird about it. I always want to ask because some parents are like so super like
Oh, yeah.
strict about like they won't post a picture of their kid on social media, won't let
Yep.
anyone know their name, stuff like that. And it's just like I don't know why that is. I get the privacy thing, but like what could happen?
I mean, there are a lot of weird people in this world. I mean, you just talked to a couple of people that deal with child predators and what have you.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's one of the things, between that and just keeping, a kid who doesn't have the ability to make the decisions themselves. And they're like, oh, well, we want to wait for our child to make that decision. It's not exactly the kid's decision. You're their parent. So
I feel like if I had a kid, like I'd be like, "Hey guys, look, it's my kid." I'd be
Right.
happy.
I'm
I
so
want,
proud.
Exactly. I want
Yep.
people to see that. I want people to be happy for me and my family.
Yep.
Like, because sometimes, like, I don't know. Everyone wants like the word clout on the internet, right? Like something. Or are you too old for clout? You know what clout means?
I'm too old for clout, but I understand it.
Okay, clout is like attention. Like,
Yeah, no, I know.
So like people will do anything for internet clout, but I feel like when you have a kid and you show like all your friends and family like on Facebook or on social media, like that's something where like clout's deserved. Like it's cool, Like you said, you're
Sure.
so proud.
But there are people who just do it because, they want their family to see.
Sure.
Like Kelly's family, they don't get to see him very often, her extended family. Same thing with my extended family. So it's nice to post like the 10-month-old, 11-month-old pictures and show the progress, which is nice. So I think that's why we're doing it. It's not so much like, look, I have a child.
That's
I'm
what I would be
awesome.
doing. Yeah, I'd be like, look at my child.
Yeah, it's just a kid.
Yeah, but like
the kid eats, poops, sleeps. I mean,
Chase Jr., man. When I have Chase Jr., I'm gonna be like, guys, look, Chase Jr.
and you should be very happy.
Fuck yeah.
Should you be, showing him off and saying that I'm the greatest parent ever? I mean, that's up to you. If you want to, go for it. But I'm saying this is my kid and this is the greatest kid ever.
Yeah, like
in my mind.
I wouldn't say I'm the greatest kid ever, but everyone thinks that their kid's the greatest kid ever, right?
Oh, sure, of course.
Yeah, like, it's a biased thing.
Yeah, I'm watching on the daycare has a camera that we can watch.
Oh, to make sure that, like the nanny's not like beating the kid or something.
Yeah, but I mean, I can imagine if that were to be the case, I'd be driving up there real quick.
Yo, that shit happens.
I know, but yeah, I'm watching this little girl like stealing my kid's toy. I'm like,
Oh, that
Mom.
motherfucker.
that's a bad kid.
I hate that kid.
Right? Yeah, immediately, you are a menace to society, child.
I could see you screaming at the camera, give it back, give it back.
Yeah, I had Kelly texting me today. She's like, that kid just keeps stealing Owen's toys. Some people just don't treat their kids or teach their kids respect. I'm like, the kid's one.
Like
How
the
do you
kid's gonna, I know, right?
There's no respect as a 1-year-old. The kid's like, that's how it is,
That's funny. So, at his age, he doesn't talk yet, right? Or
He makes noises like he says "dada."
oh, he does say dad. Was
yeah.
that his first word?
It was the first like coherent statement. He has yet to say like "mama," real, in depthly. Like we can hear the M's and going, but like if I'm in that room and I leave, he'll go dead, 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 dead. So he knows that I'm not there.
Did that make you happy? You said dada?
I mean, I'm happy with it, yeah, but I'm not going to be like, Kelly, he said dad first.
Oh, that's what I would do.
No.
A ton of people do that.
I know, but I'm not about that. You know, I'm just happy that he's.
So what if he
he's
said
healthy.
mama first? You wouldn't have been like, fuck.
No, I wouldn't have been mad at all. I'm that kind of person though. Like she wants him to say mama, and I'm like, it's cool that he says dada. I don't care.
You think Kelly would have been like, ha ha, he said mama
Yes.
first.
Yeah.
Kelly is Mike's wife, by the way.
Yeah, it's different personalities. Opposites attract.
That's what they say.
Yeah, so it works.
So do you clean like poopy diapers?
Oh God, all the time. Yeah, I had a really bad one yesterday.
You don't like ask and say like, hey Kelly, can you do this?
No, we switch. We go off and on. But last night she's like, I took the last one. You get this one. I'm like, all right, I'm ready. Let's do it. It's bad.
And it was bad?
Oh God, yeah. And if you really want to know, I mean, what parenthood's like. I mean, those diapers do not contain when it is a bad explosive one,
so it's
especially when
this-
he's sick.
Like the side of the legs and shit. Like,
These ones shot up his back, up to his neck,
oh what?
and out the legs into his, because he's wearing like a onesie,
Yeah.
into his feet. Like he had so much, and it was so explosive, it went both ways. Oh yeah, I'm sure this is something you want to listen to, but yeah. And then you have to hand wash the onesies. So I'm turning stuff inside out, and it's just covered in poop.
And it doesn't gross you out?
No,
It really doesn't gross you out?
not at all. No, things change when you're a parent.
I was gonna say maybe because it's your own kid. Like,
Yeah, it could be. I don't want to be touching anybody else's poop.
I was gonna say like, what if I like just shit my pants and like I was incoherent and I needed you to like come change me? That would gross you out, right?
I mean, I do it because I'm a good friend.
You
but
are a good friend.
I wouldn't be happy about it.
It would gross you out.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't just throw up all over you, but I wouldn't be, just see ya.
Oh, it's gotta like smell bad and shit though. Like
Everybody's shit stinks.
that's a wow. That is true. Everybody's shit stinks.
That's how it is. You like your own brand, but
They say that.
I mean that isn't that a quote from Austin Powers?
I mean, it's
Fat
not
bastard.
It's not far off because if I got to do some steamy business after work or something, I'm in the bathroom for half an hour. It doesn't bother me the smell, but someone else could walk in and be like, "Oh my god,
Yep.
isn't that weird?"
Where's the courtesy flush, man?
Like, no, that's totally a
Yeah.
thing, right?
Oh yeah, it is absolutely. I fart and I'm farting all the time, and like you need to leave the room. It stinks. I'm like, oh no, I
It
couldn't
doesn't bother
tell.
me.
Yeah.
That's weird. Why
Yeah.
does it work like that? Maybe just because you smelt like that type of smell like 100 times. Cause, man.
I mean, when it's bad too, because you're like, ooh, that's a rough one, but I don't care. They're like, oh, I'm clearing out the room.
Wow, that is so weird.
Everybody likes their own brand.
That's what you said. Yeah, everybody likes their own brand. I wouldn't say like it. It's not like I'm like, oh yeah.
Well, you're not fazed by
It
it.
doesn't bother me. So
Right.
I'm not bothered by my own brand. Do I like it? I don't know. But
Listen, you got to be branded.
you got to be branded.
You got to sell that brand.
What's your favorite thing that he does?
Oh boy. We play like a peekaboo type of thing where
that's cute.
like I hold the blanket up. I don't even hide. I just put a blanket between him and I bring it back down. I go boo, and he just laughs hysterically. I love that. It's just children when they're so happy and giggling. A baby's laugh is like so innocent and beautiful. It's great.
Yeah, I love baby laughs.
Yeah.
What's your least favorite thing he does? Poop? Oh no, that doesn't bother you.
No, it's not something that he does. It's just something that like all kids I think are dealing with, and anybody that I've ever talked to as a parent when you've had like a 1-2-year-old is getting sick. And the pediatrician said that this year has been the absolute worst for kids being sick. He goes to daycare Monday and Tuesday. By Thursday, he's sick.
Damn.
It's bad. And I mean, he had gotten COVID once, officially. And now he actually was great. Nothing wrong with him. The latest one was a double ear infection.
Damn. Kids are nuts, man.
Yeah, they get sick so many times with so many different things, and they just pass it on. Because he gets sick, and then he puts his hand in his mouth, and he puts his hand in your mouth,
Yeah.
and then you get sick. But
Yeah, kids are crazy too. They'll pick up anything, eat anything, and like
that's what he's doing in daycare. All these kids are touching the same thing. Boom, right in his mouth.
yeah, and like also too, like we've been on the earth for a lot longer than he has. So like
Right.
we've been breathing the air, the bacteria and stuff like that. And it's fresh for a
Right.
baby. So like it makes sense why babies get sick, but that's got to be a lot to deal with. So I get not his fault, but I
Yeah.
can totally see what you're saying.
Right, but the pediatrician said it's been so bad this year because the past couple of years people have been cooped up.
Yeah.
They've been wearing masks. They've been hiding from all this stuff. And all of a sudden, everybody gets outside and they're socializing, and boom, you get hit with everything that you couldn't get hit with for 2 years, and then you're spreading it like the plague.
Yeah.
So,
Damn, but see, other than that, it seems like fatherhood's going pretty well for you.
yeah, I love it. And I can't wait, because I do this thing where I'm like walking around, because I'm in grocery stores all the time with my job, and I'll just see like a mother and a kid, a father and a kid, just walking the kid around, and like the kid's probably 3-4 years old. I'm like, oh, I can't wait for that.
Till he has like a little personality, right?
Yeah. Well, he has his own personality for sure. And he's just like week by week, he's doing something different. You know, before he wasn't really looking at anybody. Now he's like engaging with people and really getting involved in
And like focused on one thing.
Yeah. And he's using his hands more, and he's just doing more and more. So I can't wait for him to be able to speak to me
And tell you like, like what's going on, how he feels like in like,
yeah, we can go out the backyard and, throw football or something, or just wrestle.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the small things. And,
Do you ever think about the fact that one day you're going to pick him up and put him down and never pick him up again?
What do you mean?
So like there was an age.
You mean like I'm going to die?
No, I'm just saying like
Oh.
there was an age where I was old enough to where like my dad picked me up one time, like had me on like
Yep.
holding me, and then put me back down, and then never picked me up again.
I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Do you think you're going to pick him up when he's 30?
I think that, and especially like if you haven't seen somebody in a long time, or like you really care about somebody, don't you ever hug them and pick them up? Like you do that with your girlfriend, you just hug her and pick her up, and
Yeah, but I don't do that to my dad.
Well,
And I don't
I'm
mean
raised different. I don't do that to my dad either. My dad would break. I don't want to break my dad. But I mean, I just feel like even at age like 10, 12,
Yeah, but
15,
I don't mean like hug him and like pick him up a couple like a little bit off the ground. I mean
just like support him.
yeah, like you
Yeah.
have him like on your shoulder.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way it's going to go. I'm not going to be depressed when it doesn't happen, because it's. I mean, I look at it as I'm 36. My parents did that for me, and I'm like looking at my parents now that I would like my son to look at me and be like, what did I do right? What did I do wrong? And I'm like thinking about previous things that I did, like, oh shit, I was really bad, when I was this age, and I did this bad. I'm like, it's okay. It's fine.
I was a shithead as a kid. My dad already knows that. So
Right, but you're going to regret certain things when you see your child and go, oh, I hope my kid doesn't do that, or I hope my kid does this. I'm just looking forward to everything, good and bad.
do you want to have another kid, or you one and done?
Do I, or does she?
Okay, so she does.
No.
Oh, she doesn't.
Just the opposite.
Oh, you do and she doesn't.
I would like another kid. I wanted a girl to begin with.
Just don't pull out, dude.
It doesn't work that way.
That was a joke.
Right. Well, yeah.
It was a joke, I swear.
Well, there are other means of birth control.
Of course.
So, and I'm not gonna be like, I'm gonna poison you.
Yeah, right.
It's her body, it's her wishes, and I'd like to, if we're gonna have a kid, I want to have a kid together. She's struggling a little bit with him. Maybe not struggling, I guess is the proper terminology, but she's like, I just want to spend so much time with him, and I don't want to worry about having another kid because it's
Then you got to pick a favorite.
Well, no, it's so expensive right now.
Yeah.
Daycare is expensive. Just, working and taking time to spend time with the kid. I mean, it's great, but time to yourself and time for us, that's been tough. We just went to a concert on Tuesday, and we left him with my sister, and it was great. It was like one of the first times that we've able to go out to, do stuff by ourselves. I mean, we go bowling every Wednesday night and Friday night, and like we're without him, but it's only for like 3 hours. So
Yeah.
it's nice to have like a 7-hour period where we're like free.
So you're like, does it excite you at the end of the day to go home from work and like know that you're going to go see him?
I don't ever do that.
Oh yeah, you work
He
weird
comes
hours.
to me.
Yeah.
Right. I usually pick him up on certain days, and like daycare days, like today, he's at daycare till 5. She picks him up. So I haven't seen him since 2:00 this morning.
Damn.
I fed him, and I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to see him again. So
Of course.
I get to spend the day with him on Wednesday, so I take care of him on Wednesday, so I get the whole day. So it's nice. Like dad time.
Wow, what a good fatherhood chat that was. So fun fact about my friend Mike Weeden here. In my long time of knowing him, I've never seen him wear a pair of pants. This guy's always wearing shorts. It's kind of chilly
That's
here.
not true.
It's what's not true.
My wedding.
Fuck, I did see him wear a pair of pants at his wedding. That is true. But other than that, I think I haven't. And it's actually kind of cold here in the garage. I had the heaters blasting for about an hour before I got here. I'm wearing a jacket. I'm wearing jeans. And he's wearing short sleeves and shorts. And then when he first got here, I was like, hurry up, it's cold in here. He reads my text. He's like, it's not cold. It's 50 degrees outside. That's
52.
fucking cold. So why do you never wear pants?
My legs are warm.
Pretty hairy legs.
It's true. It's true. I mean, I'm wearing a sweater constantly too. So it's just when I wear pants, especially when I'm working and when I'm moving around, I have good blood flow in my legs. They get really warm and possibly sweaty.
I have terrible blood flow. My legs always fall asleep on the toilet.
That's not blood flow. You're just restricting blood flow when you're sitting because you're causing that pressure. It happens to everybody.
Your legs fall asleep.
You need
when
a
you
squatty
poop?
potty.
I have a squatty
you
potty,
do?
yeah, but I don't use it sometimes because, like, I don't know,
Right.
it's too much hassle.
That'll get your legs up a little bit so you get the blood flowing. But
So-
the thing is, you're still going to get it eventually.
So your legs fall asleep too on the toilet?
Everybody's does.
Oh,
if
God.
you stay there for 20 minutes to a half an
Your
hour,
legs
it's
are
going to happen.
Yeah, I sit there on my phone for the relaxation period. Okay, back to
Right.
what you're saying.
But
Sorry.
my legs are constantly warm. I can wear shorts when it's freezing cold. I'll wear like a sweatshirt in the wintertime, or if it's really cold, I might wear a jacket. But I mean, I'm not outside for that long. You know, if I'm just traveling between areas, I'm like, I think warmth, and I am warm.
Wow. Okay, that's kind of like that reminds me of like when dogs they hide kind of, and they're like they did something bad. Like if one of my dogs peed on the floor, and I came in and I saw it, and they turn and they're doing like this, like where they're hiding. We're like, if I can't see you, you can't see me.
Right. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know how dogs do that little side eye thing too. They're like, wasn't me.
It's all a mental game.
Turn around. Yeah. But
But
yeah,
yeah.
the guy never wears pants. So if you do wear pants, you just feel like you're like constricted in a way, or
Yeah, I usually wear pants to funerals, weddings, like anything where I have to wear pants. You know, if it's
why didn't you wear shorts at your wedding? It was your wedding.
because it's not just my wedding,
Okay.
and
Did you pitch the idea?
no. I mean, obviously, I was joking when I did. So yeah, I did, but I was joking because I like to dress up every once in a while. You know, when I was working at Hannaford, I would wear pants when I was like running the store because I couldn't just wear shorts.
Right.
But like that's because I had to. When we worked at Verizon, I wore pants all the time too.
We had to wear suits.
Right? Can I say that name?
Yeah, and Verizon, you can say. I think,
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, when we worked for that company. So I mean, you have seen me wear pants quite a bit, actually.
Yeah, I just didn't remember because I was really
Yeah.
young. Wow.
Really young. I mean, it has been a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I think I met you when I was 18 years old, I want to say. Because it was right after. Whew.
Puff the magic dragon.
Yeah, it was right after high school, and then I was in college. And, I don't know, 18, 19, something like that. So yeah, about 10 years.
Yeah,
Wow, that's
been
crazy.
a long time.
What else do I have here? Oh yeah, so have you and obviously, I mean, how long have you and Kelly been together now? Like 10 years, something.
Probably
like
about 10 years. Yeah.
that? Yeah. Would she be mad if you didn't know the exact amount of time? Some girls are weird like
Nope, because she doesn't either.
that. All right, perfect. So yeah, about 10 years, whatever. Obviously, I mean, being together that long, you guys have play fought before, right? Everybody play fights with their significant other.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my girlfriend Lauren, last night, you don't have Instagram, do you? Or you don't use it?
No, my social media consists of Twitter to just read stupid stuff and Facebook because of the marketplace.
The marketplace.
I don't have Instagram. I don't have Snapchat. I don't have anything else. It's weird.
Yeah, you're old. That's understandable.
It's not about being old.
I know. I get it. I'm just kidding.
It's about being sociable in the moment. Like, why would I want to sit next to somebody who's playing Instagram with somebody else when
playing Instagram with somebody else. What the fuck does that mean? That's how you know he's old. Why would I want to sit next to somebody who's playing Instagram next to someone?
Well, they're playing with their Instagram, whatever. They're using their social media when they should be socializing with the people in front of them. And it happens so many times, especially with the younger generation. I can say that now because I'm old.
Right.
But like, even like 25, 28, I mean, your age group and a little bit younger, they're still doing it. It's rather annoying.
I will agree. Like, if I'm in like a social setting where like I'm out to dinner with a bunch of people and stuff and everyone's sitting on their phones, so stupid.
What's the point?
I'm always very good about like, if I'm out doing something, my phone's always in my pocket. But
Right.
if I'm home laying in bed or sitting on my couch, I'll scroll. Fuck it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I was saying back to the play fighting thing. So last night, my girlfriend Lauren and I got in a little tiff, like a playful fight. We were just like tickling, wrestling around, whatever.
You need that in a relationship.
Yeah, well, I fucked around and I found out.
Oh.
So, so I know her, and like she's got a sweet spot sometimes where like if I grip it, it like tickles the shit out of her, which is her inner thigh, right? Of course, that's like almost everybody in the world. So I did that, and she like her reflexes, she like goes to get me off her and like literally palms me square in the face. Boom, splits my nose open. I got blood gushing down my nose, and it didn't stop for like 10 minutes. It was unreal.
Right.
Because where she hit me was right where like the bridge of my glasses is
So
on my nose.
snapped in.
So when, oh, sorry, microphone. But yeah, when she hit that, it literally like hit my nose, and then boom, the blood just started flowing. So I fucked around and I found out. Dude, girls are strong.
They are. I understand that.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
your wife is strong.
Yeah, she hits like a strong girl. Yeah. I mean, I get that. You had to have some fun.
I know, she felt so bad too. She's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." I'm like, "No, it's totally fine." She's
No,
like,
you should have played with it.
I know, I should have been like, "Oh."
I gotta go lay down. I'm feeling dizzy.
Well, at first I was like, "Do I need to go to the hospital?" Because if you look at this cut in my nose. It's a decent little gash. But I was like, "What are they gonna do?"
They would tell you to leave.
Yeah. So I asked her if she has some glue because I was gonna just like put some like super glue on or something. She didn't have that, so I just had to sit there and hold it. But yeah, now I'm a little scared. Like I don't know if I want to go back for round. Well, I was gonna say round 2, but it'd probably be like round 70 at this point.
You just have to have your reaction speed ready.
No, I just gotta
when
punch
you-
her next time.
I mean, I wouldn't suggest that.
So Mike, how long is your beard now?
It's way too long right now.
Are you gonna trim it up? Or?
I have an appointment with my my barber on Thursday.
How short are you gonna do it?
Just trim a little bit off. I mean,
it's more long on that side than that side now. That thing is crazy.
Yeah, it's because it has been a while. I mean, I got some Jew curls going up here. You can't really see it, but
How long have you been growing the beard for?
I mean, it's been a long time. I don't think I've officially shaved. Well, let's see. For Verizon,
We had to shave for that one.
No,
You got the doctor's note.
I got that changed. I mean, it was down to probably like a half inch, so it was really small. But I mean, since then, probably, I'd say like four years now. I've had a pretty decent sized beard.
You're like going on like a foot.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely longer than my top hair has ever gotten. Because
Oh my God.
I'm the polished apple.
Yeah, right. It's funny you say the thing back to like Verizon where we used to work. When we first started there, you had to be clean shaven. You couldn't have a beard or anything. Now they're way past that. You don't have to wear a tie or anything like that anymore. But yeah, you had to be clean shaven. And Mike was like, "Oh no," because I never knew Mike without a beard. So this guy goes to his doctor, gets a doctor's note saying that he can't shave his face. What was the reason? Like
I don't know how to say it, but it's like folliculitis or folliculitis or
a rash or something, right?
It does happen when I shave my face because I haven't done it in forever.
Yeah.
It breaks out and gets red and itchy. So when I go to my barber, she has to do a straight razor. So she does that to like my head, my neck, my back of my head.
My neck,
My
my back.
And that's about it.
Yeah, anyway, he went to his doctor and got a letter for it, and then Mike changed the game. Then everyone was getting doctor notes,
right.
and then they eventually were like, all right, fuck this, we're getting rid of that rule.
Yeah. Well, anytime somebody's like, "Oh, I got to go to a new job," and they're so strict about facial hair, and I'm like, well, there's this trick you can do, or you can make it a religious thing because now I can just say that my religion says I can't cut it.
Yeah, right?
Which, I mean, they're supposed to honor that.
Does it get in the way of anything? Like, what about when you're eating? You got to get food in there and shit, right? Like, you have a long-ass beard. Like, I have a beard. I like my beard, but, like, I wouldn't go as long as your beard. Like, you got a long beard.
I didn't think I was going to make it this long, but I just kept going with it, and I liked it. So I got people who are like my grandma's like, "You need to cut that dirty
Yeah,
thing."
my
Like,
grandma says that too, and mine's not even long.
Yeah, I'm like, "Grandma, you're 90.
Yeah, relax.
Just relax." I'm good, And I started doing it because Kelly was like, "Yeah, I like it. It looks good. You should let it grow." So I'm just like, "All right, cool." So I did, and I get compliments all the time.
That's a nice beard.
I get more compliments than I get, like terrible looks. But sometimes I'll get that. You'll see, like, social media is the worst. They'll be like, "Oh, beards are gross and disgusting and they're dirty." I'm like, listen, lady, this thing is washed, conditioned, oiled, lathered. I mean, I do more in my beard than a lot of women do on their hair. So
Sure.
Yeah, so it is what it is. But yeah, I get depending on what I'm eating, like a sub or something like that. If it's something like, the worst is like long macaroni or like spaghetti, because like I have to like bend in to eat it. Because if you just eat it like regular, it's just like slap. So you're like, "Oh, I'm getting sauce in my beard, so it's gonna be saucy."
So do you, like, pick it out of the beard and eat it?
I mean, I don't just leave it in there. I try to avoid it.
It could be a snack for later.
I hope not. There are times where Kelly's like, hey, you got something in your beard. I'm just like, what is it? And, oh, it's a Cheez-It. I haven't had a cheese in 2 days. No, it's never like that. It's once you get to the point, you just learn to deal with it. You figure out the best way to do it. You get your arm chopped up in Nam, and all of a sudden you got one arm. You deal with it. You figure it out.
Yeah. Do you ever sit there and just play with it?
All the time.
Dude,
Kelly hates it.
Yeah, my facial hair is not even that long, but I'm always like pulling it, twisting it, just going like this, just because it just feels cool. I don't know. It's like a fidget thing.
It's like a nerve. Yeah, it's a fidget thing, a nervous thing. Yeah. I try not to because my barber's like, hey, you need to stop doing that because you're getting a little thin in certain areas. I'm like, all right, fine, I'll stop.
Oh, yeah, in support for the Garage Boozing Podcast. It is brought to you by Manscaped. Manscaped will help you trim up the family jewels to make everything nice and right for the ladies. Make sure that you're using promo code TGBP20 for 20% off your Manscaped products. Oh, yeah!
All right, so Mike, you texted me last week, and I forget exactly what you said. Should I read it word for word? Why not?
That depends on what you're bringing up. You don't have to go very far because we don't text quite a bit. Social butterfly.
Oh, yeah, you texted me. You said, I absolutely love that you're having these YouTube people on. I love Cartnarks, and I love Courtney, talking about our last week's guest. Courtney Elizabeth. I'm a huge fan of the Predator catching, and I've probably been watching her stuff for probably 5 to 6 months now.
Yep.
I said probably twice there, but it was there only once. He did it correctly. He's very good at grammar. But anyway, yeah. So you're a big fan of the pedophile catching stuff, just like I am.
Predator catchers.
Yeah. So what got you into watching that content?
The same thing that everybody did. Chris Hansen to catch a predator.
The OG.
Yep.
I used to watch that shit when I was a kid with my dad.
Yep.
On the couch.
And like you said, we want some pizza? Or the guy walks in naked with the bag in front of him. It was kind of funny, but deep down you're like, oh shit. These guys are here for a reason, and it's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's scary. There's a lot of people out there that are doing this stuff. You talked to her last week, and you see all over social media now that they're catching people constantly. She'll post something and get hits immediately. That's scary.
Yeah.
The amount of people that are just like, oh look, a 12-year-old, a 14-year-old, like that. How do you get that way?
I don't know. It's got to be mental. It has to be.
It has to be, yes, but there's got to be something that causes that because the
trauma when they were a kid.
Listen, psychopaths have trauma like that all the time, but the amount of people that I'm seeing being caught, there can't be that much trauma going on. They're anywhere from 25 to 80 and above. These people are old and young all alike, and they're coming from different backgrounds. Some people that you see are that seems like a pretty normal dude. What the heck? You're 35 and you're looking for a 14-year-old. What's the deal? Can you not get anything? There are plenty of people out there that are just willing to have sex with whoever they want, your age. So why do you
find a
need
hooker?
That?
Yeah, but dude, it's so crazy because everybody's seen Chris Hansen, everyone's seen To Catch a Predator. If you haven't, look it up. I'm not even going to try to explain it because you must be living under a rock. But
there's a rabbit hole. It's a very big rabbit hole.
Oh my God, yeah.
Because he came out with some new stuff. Well, within 3 or 4 years because it was old, 10, 12 years ago. But he came out with 4 or 5 videos.
Hansen versus Predator it was called, yeah. Because it used to be To Catch a Predator on NBC.
Yeah, he went through some weird shit.
Yeah.
Chris Hansen did. And, whatever. It is what it is. But, yeah, it's screwed up. And to see these people, one of the guys is a guy that he shared a train with.
Yeah, and he knew the guy.
He knew the guy. Dude, what are you doing here? You got the other thing is when you got a wife and kids at home, most of these people are not just single people.
Yeah.
They're people with a family or people with a significant other. Where do you go wrong with that?
Dude, go fuck your wife.
The problem is social media, and everything stems back to the availability of everything.
Horny dudes, man. And sometimes it's girls, too. It's not just dudes, it's girls, too.
It's probably a 85-15 split.
Yeah, I was going to say 80-20, but you're probably...
Yeah, most of them are men because men are disgusting. And, I know that from...
Being a man.
Being a man.
We're disgusting.
Seeing men out in public. being in the inner circle of men just talking about women, it's just gross. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to do this to her. Like, you don't even know who she is.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you're just going to go home with her? No, get out of here. Oh, I'll go home with her. No, you're not. And
No, you're not.
well, some people end up doing it because they take advantage of drunk people or they take advantage of people who are weak. And that's what men do.
Men are scumbags.
They are. I agree. Most men are scumbags.
But we're not.
Oh no, I don't believe that. I don't know about you.
No, you're saying you do believe that we're not.
No, I agree with that.
Okay,
Yeah,
you agree with me because you said I don't believe that. I was like, wow.
Well, I'm not sure if you're a good guy or not. I've never really been out with you in a social setting at like a club or a bar or anything like that. So, I mean, I've seen you intoxicated before, and I think you're a lovely drunk.
I think you're a lovely drunk, he says.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. No, I think you have a good time. I think your heart is in the right place. So
I mean,
I don't think you'd ever
I like to
purposely
say-
take advantage of somebody.
never. I mean, I would like to say I know right from wrong, and same to you, of course, but I'm not a big clubber anyway.
No, I'm not either. I hate bars. I hate social settings.
See, I like bars, but I don't like a club when it's too loud. I can't, like, I gotta, like, if I was talking, I'm like, hey, young,
Right.
like, that's like way too annoying. Like, a bar is cool, the music's like decent and like not too loud, you can like socialize, but a club, too much for me.
when it's not packed.
Yeah,
Like,
when
I
it's
don't
not
like
packed.
going. We go out every night before Thanksgiving. It's like a huge. it's
Everyone
one of the-
goes out the night before Thanksgiving.
Right. It's one of the
Biggest
biggest
party year of the
right.
Yeah.
Party.
Yeah,
night of
biggest
the year.
party night of the year, not party year of the, yeah.
That's the partiest year of the night.
You know what I'm saying.
I hear you.
Cocksucker.
Whoa,
It's my podcast, I can say what I want.
it's my party, and I'll cry if I want to. And you
Sorry,
would cry
Mom and
too.
Dad.
So, anyways, going out to those crowded places, we usually go local, like Hoosick Falls. So I grew up in Hoosick Falls, so all the people that go there, it's
Don't
like
drink the water.
it's like a reunion. No, you can do it now.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I drank it before. I'm fine. I mean, odds are I'm probably going to die when I'm 50. You know, that's that weird like PFOA nonsense. But I never got tested, so I don't know.
Sick.
Well, I could be.
You could be a superhero.
I am. I'm immortal until I die.
That's true. That's very true. All right, you were saying.
So we go out in Hoosick Falls. It's like once a year, and it's fine. But, you know, people get in fights because they get drunk. And you can never really judge a situation with all those people there because you never know what people are going to be like.
Yeah.
You know, there are a lot of aggressive drunk people and there are a lot of, you know, sad drunk people. So you either end up dealing with somebody who's ready to punch somebody or dealing with somebody who's crying about losing a lost love 25 years ago. You know, it's all crazy.
There's sloppy people and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So I went over and I was the designated driver this year, and it was much better.
I bet.
Yep.
Sometimes I like being DD. I don't mind being
Yep.
DD sometimes.
Talking to the bouncers because one of the bouncers was a buddy of mine, so I'm just shooting the shit with him for 4 hours and watching everybody else drink. And when everybody was done and ready to go, get in the car and head out, and everybody passed out in the car.
So back to the pedophile catching thing.
Oh, yes,
Too.
of
Yeah, I know.
course.
We always take a left
Tangents.
and a right. Yeah,
Yep.
we always do it. I feel like it was a lot harder to catch them back in the day when it was Chris Hansen doing this stuff because they had to like find people on like online chat rooms and stuff like that. Now, like people can make a Tinder profile and then swipe right and match with somebody, and the person can literally just have a fake picture and be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
I'm 14. Is that okay?" Yeah, that's fine. Like, what are you
Yeah.
wearing?
But not only was it more difficult to catch people, but it was probably more difficult to actually hook up with people like that in the past. I mean,
yeah,
you
I
can't just go on to a newspaper and say 35-year-old looking for 12-year-old. You know, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, right.
You know, and you didn't have 12-year-olds going to a newspaper and
I
putting
want to
out
fuck a
ads.
50-year-old. Yeah.
You know, you had chat rooms and stuff. Like when I was younger, it was like Yahoo chat rooms, and you could get in the chat rooms, and like the chat rooms were specific to like certain ages, but no one was ever that age. You know,
Right.
we would go in and there'd be like microphones only, and you get in and you just start talking like Michael Jackson, have a good time. Exactly. Yeah. I'm here looking for sex.
Can you do that again? That was really good.
I'm looking for sex. Any kids? Huh?
Wow, that's actually really good. I've never heard you do that.
I mean, it just happens.
That was
So we would do that in a chat room. You know, we'd have weird people just talking with no one. We would never like follow through with anything like that. But like, I don't know. It's very strange because I have relatives who have run into some situations like I don't even know what it is, but Omegle.
Omegle, yeah.
Omegle. So
Do you want me to tell you what it is real quick?
it's just it just randomizes. Or?
Yeah, so it's basically like I turn my webcam on, I log into Omegle, I go on the website and hit start, and then someone else is doing it across the world, and it's just like randomized like video chat. So like if someone doesn't want to talk to you anymore, they just hit next or whatever the button is, skip, stop, whatever, and it goes to the next person. Just generates.
Can you favorite somebody and like keep talking to them?
That I don't know because I haven't done Omegle in like 10 years. And the fact that it's still around is wild. But you were saying.
So one of my relatives was dealing with that stuff and like got into some weird trouble. Well, I wouldn't say weird trouble, but like underage talking with older people, and like the conversations just get weird. Sure. And, you know, having a relative, I'm like, listen, if you want to really understand what's going on, I mean, you're never really going to understand what's going on because you're too young for this.
Right.
You don't get it. And, you know, it's not fair for you to be doing this, and it's not fair for them to be doing it either. But I don't know. I'm not sure where I was going with this.
I just think it's just weird because like, well, one of the funnier things too is also like 9 times out of 10 these people get caught. Oh, I was just coming to hang out. Yeah. Oh, I just wanted a friend. And I mean, some of these people they bust are like normal looking dudes. Like, I can't believe you're doing this. But they catch a lot of people that are like, all right, this totally, this makes so much sense. Like, this person just looks like a fucking weirdo.
Yep. Well, I mean, you see them coming in, and like the age difference is crazy. You know, like I said, 25 to 80, you get anybody in there. You get like this 65-year-old guy in here all like grungy and stinky looking and dirty, and like walks in and just sits down and is like, hey, what's going on? And then you meet him and you're like, hey, these chat logs say that you want her to do all sorts of weird stuff. And it's like, no, I don't mean that.
I was just saying it. I was just...
I was coming here as a father figure to tell her to stop doing it.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the big one.
Yep.
Well, I just wanted to tell her parents and like...
Right. Then why are you asking if the parents are here?
Why are you sending a dick pic, dude? Like, what the fuck?
You fucked up. Right here, here, and here. Oh, there's 35,000 times more.
And it's so crazy to me that like this like 65 or whatever, it could be 45, 55, whatever the age is, like crusty old, like gross looking dude sends a picture naked to like this 12, 13-year-old girl, thinking that the girl's going to be like, oh my God, wow. Like,
it's so sexy. It's the first one I've ever seen.
Yeah.
No.
Oh my God. And they fall for it, which is great. I love it. I love all the people out there doing shit like that. And it sucks. Like, so YouTube's like going against all of them now, like, which is weird.
It's not though.
It's not weird?
It's not weird. So I watch these things religiously. I'm making dinner and I'm watching them.
Yeah.
I've got my like set schedule of things I watch. If I don't have anything to watch, I'm like, ooh, I got like an hour to make dinner. I'm gonna watch 2 of these, and I'll get on Rumble, and because Rumble's way better for this now.
Yeah, Rumble you can see it all.
Yeah, love Rumble. Get away from the other one. Go to Rumble. So I'm watching these and I'm making dinner, and Kelly will walk in and she's like, why are you watching that stuff? I said, because it's entertaining and it really boils me and I really get angry with these people, but it's entertainment.
Yeah.
So it's it's like the hit and miss. I'm getting locked into it because I want to
locked in, baby.
I'm getting locked in, not getting locked up.
Not getting locked up.
See, I'm a religious listener.
I know, I love it. That was great.
So she's like, I don't like it. So what do you mean you don't like it? I don't like it either. I don't like the fact that these guys are doing this. And she's like, no, I just, it's not entrapment, what she's trying to say. It's just like, why are these people, they're just doing it to get views. They're just doing it. And I said, what if they're not? What if they're doing it because they want to get these pedophiles, these creeps, these scumbags off the street? Yeah. Or at least, get them known, to put them on a social media platform. Now it's visual. So all of a sudden, I had a guy, I don't know who the YouTuber was. I don't even know if he's on YouTube anymore because his stuff was pretty radical. So I think he got removed from that. I'm not sure, suspended, whatever. But he went to my hometown, and it was like 3 years ago, and caught this guy doing that stuff. And I'm like, this guy?
A small town upstate New York. Like this isn't like New York City, guys.
Yeah. So, I mean, it happens everywhere, and it can happen everywhere, and that's the scary part. And this guy didn't realize what he was doing was wrong. He was answering the questions and like, yeah, I had this happen before, that my girlfriend's sister was 12, but I was like 16, so it wasn't really that bad. And like, it's still bad. Yeah. You don't get it. I mean, it's a 4-year difference. I get it. I mean, Kelly and I are 6 years difference. But it's not like,
Yeah, me and Lauren are 5 years different. Too.
right, I wasn't 16 and she was 10. You know,
Right.
it was later in life. You know, it's when we're both mature enough to make our own decisions.
I mean, 16, 10, 12, whatever. Like, that's a gap.
Right. So these guys these people don't realize how bad it is, and they don't understand what they're doing to the other party, the young party. And that's what really gets me is like, these people are like, oh yeah, you know, I could have got caught and I could have gone to jail. And like, dude, it's not about you.
Yeah, it's not about you at all. Like, you'd be traumatizing this fucking human being.
Forever. They're not going to get over it. You know, once you have that molestation happen, I mean, I wouldn't know from experience, but from people talking about it, I mean, that's going to traumatize
I can
you.
only imagine.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, and women in general just have that. I mean, the possibility of that happening way more than men do.
Of course, because men are scumbags. Back to that.
Exactly.
But now back to also what your wife was saying, because where she was like, "Oh, they're just doing it for views." I'm sure there's people out there doing it just for views. I'm sure. But like, for example, one of my favorites, Dads Against Predators. I'm wearing their hat. They were on the podcast last year. We're gonna have them back soon. Josh and Jay, shout out. Wicked cool dudes. And like, dude, they're just two dads that just like
got fed up.
Yeah, got fed up and decided to like go out and do justice. And their thing is like, dude, they got demonetized from YouTube. They did it where like, they were at a point where like they were doing it for a career. They were making money off YouTube, stuff like that, which is great because that, I mean, okay, so if they're going out doing these catches and they're making money off it, I have no problem with that because one, they're like supporting themselves, doing this full time. And
that's
like,
the thing, full time. They can spend all of their time doing it.
Right, so let them make money. Everyone's got to make a living, you know? So yeah, they're doing it full time and shit. And then YouTube comes down, shuts them down, demonetizes them and everything. And they're still out doing it on different platforms like Rumble, stuff like that. Another one's called Locals. And these things aren't nearly as big as YouTube. You know, they're not making nearly close, if anything. And they're still out there doing it because they want to protect their communities and other communities around the United States. Because once they get started, too, they're meeting more and more creepy men that they're like, holy shit, like...
It's getting worse and worse.
Yeah. And these guys actually had a special on Vice. You know, Vice... Yeah, so Vice actually, if you look up Vice on YouTube, they did a thing with Dads Against Predators before they got shut down and then released it after they got shut down. But still, like, dude, that just shows, like, a big platform out there is like, wow, amen, guys. Like, great what you're doing. And, I mean, sometimes situations get a little crazy where, like, they like to say pedophiles, whatever, where the pedophiles, like, fight back and shit like that or get violent. And, like, sometimes you got to defend yourself, you know? That shit happens. But, I mean, I have no problem seeing a pedophile get the shit kicked out of them. Like, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I feel the same way. And I couldn't do it. I would get so fired up. I'd be so angry.
But I will say, too, I mean, a lot of the times these online catchers, they do come into situations where, like, you can tell when the person's not all there and, like...
I understand that, but in the same...
I'm saying, like, don't beat the shit out of a guy that is, like, mentally challenged and, like, doesn't understand what's happening.
But they need somebody to help them.
Right.
You know, they just need assistance, whether that be the justice system or some sort of mental institution. They need help.
And they need to know it's not okay. It's different because those people aren't, like...
They know it's okay. They know it's not okay.
Not all of them.
They claim... When they're...
Actually, that's a good point.
You always say...
You know it's not okay, right?
Yeah, I know.
But do they really know?
They're just being coerced into saying, it's not okay.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a line with that situation, but you can also tell, like, talking to someone like you and I, there's people like you and I that are out there doing shit like that, you know, like... Just
trying not to get caught. How many times have they done it before they got caught?
They ask that all the time.
How many lives have you ruined?
Yeah.
Unlimited.
I always say, I did tell Dads Against Predators, I was like, hey, if you guys ever come to upstate New York, I would love to just be there for a catch just to be there, but I would not be the guy with the camera asking the questions or anything. I'm just there watching. That's me, because I'd like to see how it goes. And, like, I've had Dads Against Predators. I've had Courtney Elizabeth, big online catchers, and I always ask them, were you nervous for your first one? That's always my favorite question. I would be so nervous.
You think you say that now, but when you're in the situation, you might just be so fired up where you're just like, let's do this.
Now, how could this creepy dude be, like, saying this shit? Yeah.
Right. Your adrenaline kicks in, and you're just like, we need to get this guy off the street. We got to make sure that he... You know, and the greatest thing is they're like, I'm just filming for my protection and yours.
I know.
No, you're not. You're filming so that you can get this guy to admit doing dumb shit and And now you're going to release it.
And it's so smart. And then, like, the ones you see get caught, too, where, like, they come up and they confront him. Oh, I knew it was going to happen. What an idiot. If you knew it was going to happen, what are you doing?
No, the reason why he says that is because he's done it before. And every time he's worried that it's going to happen that way. And it finally does. Whether it's the first time or the 10th time, it's still wrong. But how many of your lives have you ruined?
And it's weird to think, too, because, like, we like all these, like, fake, like, profiles that catch people and stuff like that. But, like, there's a whole nother demographic where this shit actually happens, where it's not like a decoy catching these people, where, like, there's really these creepy people out there, like...
It happens all the time.
Yeah, dude.
They're making these profiles and getting hits almost instantly. So obviously there's a ton of people out there that are just willing and able to have a relationship with a minor. And it's disgusting.
Oh, I just wanted to have a friend. You think it's okay to be friends with a 12-year-old? Yeah, why not? Like,
do you send your a picture of your penis to all your friends?
Yeah, right. Like what? I feel like you'd be good. You have the right questions because I watch the shit too. But like I think I'd freeze. Like I don't know in a situation like that. But the shit just
the adrenaline would definitely kick in, and you're just like, and after you're like, oh man, I had so many different questions. But you asked 30 questions, but you had 30 more. You know, it's all there, and dude, as time goes by,
I'm not even a dad yet, and I don't think I could like.
That's the worst part.
Yeah. Because that probably. Oh, you already said that before.
Yeah.
Like that just added onto the fire.
Yeah. Before we were actually on the podcast talking about it, the fact that I have a kid now, boy or girl. I mean, obviously a girl, I'd be a little bit more,
of course,
on edge about it. But still, I mean, there are still creeps out there looking for men or boys and girls. Either way, and I just don't. I don't want to deal with that, and I feel so angry when I see that. Like, oh, you're looking for an 8-year-old. I'm like, pretty soon I'm going to have an 8-year-old.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's no way to fully monitor all this, especially with the way social media is now. I mean, kids are grabbing, he's got a little iPad we put up for him so he can watch one of his favorite shows. I mean, we didn't have that. That's what it is now. Social media. Who knows when kids get phones? When do kids get phones now? When did you get your first phone?
I was 12 years old. But mine was a little candy bar phone. Like, you couldn't do shit like you do.
I got mine at 18.
Well, yeah.
Right. But I could have gotten it earlier. I just decided because I have a job now and I need to make sure when I'm on the road. But, I mean,
kids are getting phones at 10 years old now.
We were like the old school latchkey kids. We're like, you literally went out, your parents weren't home from work yet, you went outside, you hung out, and all of a sudden the door would open, you'd hear, Mike, time for dinner, and you'd run home, and you'd get home and be like, hey, Bill and Joe called, just want to let you know, oh yeah, I saw Bill over there, Joe wasn't there, whatever. Now it's like, and I hate this immediate social media, you need to respond immediately. Like, if you don't answer your phone right now, then you must be dying.
I get so annoyed when people don't answer me right away.
And that's the problem.
I know, I'm the problem.
Well, you can be a solution, though. You cannot.
No, I don't really get that mad, I guess. Like, if somebody doesn't answer me, if it's important, though, and I ask a question, and it's been like 5 minutes, and I don't get an answer, I'm like, hello?
I know you're looking at your phone.
Hello?
I know you're there. You might be at work, but I know you're looking at your phone. Like, not always, no.
I check my phone at work.
Yeah, but you have a desk job.
I know.
If I do that, I'm driving. Like, if I'm responding constantly, it means I'm doing something that's against the law.
Yeah, don't text and drive.
No, definitely don't, even though you do.
I know, right? Everybody does.
Everybody does.
It's so bad.
Yeah. I got pulled over for it the other day.
Really? Did you get away?
Of course.
Yeah, of course. Which, how?
I have my ways. Sexual favors.
Sexual favors. Sure.
It was a female cop.
Oh, ma'am, I'll show you my tits.
I got my man boobs out. No, I've got a get out of jail free card.
Can I have one?
No, I can't give you mine because then I won't have it.
But you don't need it.
I do.
What a shitty friend.
All you got to know is a state trooper.
I know many, and they never. Actually, I've gotten a few tickets from state troopers.
There you go. Signed, sealed, delivered.
Done.
I'm yours.
Do the Michael Jackson thing again.
No,
just one more time.
I can't just do it on command.
I'm here looking for a kid.
For sex.
For sex. God, that's so fucked up. Man, I think that's all the time we have today in the garage.
You promise?
And I think so. I mean, we're at an hour and 10 minutes right now.
Oh, you are? Okay. That's fine. I mean, I was just going to tell you I have a bunch of arcade games that I bought. I have like an
that's really random. So tell me about your arcade games quick.
No, it's fine. Don't worry
about it. No, I don't care. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to tell you that I bought a bunch of arcade games because I'm trying to invest in my son's future.
What does that mean?
I bought them because I wanted to play them.
Like, you mean like arcade games, like the
So
machines?
they're 3/4 size, so they're like reproduction models. So like,
I've always wanted to have like an arcade in my house.
yeah, I've got a video of like what it looks like.
Show me. Okay, that's kind of cool. I was gonna cut it off, but now I got a cool cool topic.
And I've been collecting Pokemon cards. This has been doing a lot of random shit lately.
I like random shit.
Yeah, I just opened up a $600 card the other day.
Damn.
There's that. This is my room.
Yo, those are legit arcade machines.
Yeah, these two are 3/4 models, so they're like smaller. You buy them in a big box. You can buy them at any box store.
I see them at
here.
Walmart and stuff too.
Yeah, that's what they are. It's that one's the old school X-Men. It's got like 2 or 3 arcade games on it. I got Turtles in Time and Turtles on that one, and then the other one, the last one, has got like 7,000 games. It's got,
That's cool.
It's got like all the old Sega, Nintendo, all the old arcade games. There's a ton. You could spend forever on there, and you wouldn't even know.
I have a handheld device called the Pal Kitty I got off Amazon, which has 22,000 like retro games like put on it, like from all the Sega,
Basically what it
Genesis
is.
stuff like that. Yeah,
Yep.
so cool. And I played at work when I'm bored. But you said you were investing in your son's future.
Yeah.
Well, you think this stuff's gonna be worth money one day?
Well, no, I just think that because I'm gonna make a little game room for him because I.
Oh,
Always wanted
that's
that.
what you mean. Okay.
Yeah. So I want him to be able, but with the Pokemon cards, I'm investing in his future. That's the way I look at it because I have a bunch of cards that I got graded, and I'm hopefully gonna keep them for a little while. And if he needs to sell them for something, if we run into some financial problems, then we'll sell some stuff.
Wow,
But,
what a dad.
yeah, I mean, I have like a whole binder of like old Michael Jordan cards. I don't know how much it's worth, but I'm gonna keep it. If I need to sell it, I will.
Yeah, it's like a couple years ago I started collecting old money because my grandpa gave me like a $5 bill from like 1918. I thought it was so cool.
Yeah, it's a cool collector's thing.
So I was like, wow. I was like, I wonder if I can like collect this shit. So then I have a big binder now in my room, which is full of like money from the 1700s, the
That's cool.
1800s, and 1900s, dollar bills from like the Confederacy, stuff like that, and also foreign money. So it's like literally like this thick now. It's probably like
Nice.
$10,000 worth of old money, which is so cool, and foreign money, but it's mad cool.
It's interesting too. You get to it's history, and you get to kind of look through it and be like, where do you think this dollar went?
Yeah.
It's
crazy. And like, I don't buy this shit because I'm going to go sell it tomorrow. Like, I'm buying this shit because I want to keep it for a very long time. Maybe, like you said, if I run into a super financial situation, sell it then. But my hopes are to like give it to my kid.
Yeah.
They give it to their kid. And like, dude, imagine the year 2300, like having this I have a $quarter that's from like 1823. Like, imagine that. Like, crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing. What I mean, all these cards. I got the cards from 1999 when they first came out. The Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
Did I ever know they were going to be worth as much as they're worth? No.
No
But
one
I
did.
kept them. They may not be in great shape, but I'll send them down. There's a couple things that I'm holding on to, like autographs and stuff like that
Yeah.
too. Collectibles. I like collectibles.
Me too.
I got a whole room of it.
I used to hate history, and like now as I'm getting older, I like looking into like old history and stuff. I feel like
History's
when you're a
awesome.
kid, history's hard when you're a kid, like in high school and stuff like that. I don't know.
They don't teach it right.
They didn't for me because I was not interested whatsoever. But like now, I just I love reading like Wikipedia. Back in high school, they were like, "Oh, you can't trust Wikipedia if you're doing a paper."
You
now,
can
like
alter it.
yes,
why.
yeah, but like now, like Wikipedia usually is like pretty correct.
Sure.
Fuck you, Mike. Like,
Well, I mean, is it going to be completely historically accurate? Maybe not.
But it'll give you a general idea at least. Like,
Right. It's the what was that? The thing you used to use for all your papers.
Oh, the fucking the website, right?
Yeah, it wasn't Ask Jeeves. But
No, it was Ask Jeeves. I remember Ask Jeeves. It was fuck the thing. Oh my god, where a paragraph we were reading a book. I know what you're talking about.
and
I
it
don't
was
know. I don't
always
know.
bad.
Yeah.
You'd walk in and be like, "Yeah, so."
And I would
this
fail like
happened.
every test.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking.
That's why you needed a smart friend who read.
What was it called? Oh. I don't know. I'll spend too much time thinking about it.
It's the shortened version. It came in a little. They had books of it too. You could buy the book.
Shit, really?
Yeah, it was later in life probably.
Yeah, that was before my
College.
time.
Before your time? No, it was during your time.
Oh, whatever.
But yeah, it's interesting. It's nice to see you, Chase. It's always nice to see you.
No, it's always nice to see you too, my man. And what am I saying? The most appeared guest on the Garage Boozing podcast.
10 time Garage Boozing Podcast champion.
Love it. Mike W, as my dad would say, because he never says Weeden, which is very strange. I haven't had my dad on here in a minute, actually, too.
Well, 100's coming up pretty soon.
I know, we're getting there. We're in the 90s now, baby.
91. This is 91.
Yeah. Wow, what a guy.
Yeah. Oh, I know this stuff.
But yeah, that's all I have, unless you have anything else. I think that was a pretty solid talk. Usually I gotta like chop shit up and everything. Like that was like pretty.
Yeah, I mean, you had to use the bathroom once or twice.
That part I outed out when I took a pee, and I can't wait to pee again the second we say goodbye. So,
MOUSE. Now it's time to say goodbye. MOUSE.
oh, you love that one. You've sang that
Mouse.
one on here before too.
I mean, there's all sorts of songs from your childhood. What was your favorite childhood show?
The Big Comfy Couch.
Really? The Big Comfy
Did you ever
Couch.
watch The Big Comfy Couch where the girl
it
with the
Luna
leg
and
clocks?
Dolly or
Yeah,
Molly?
it was Luna and
and
something.
Molly.
Molly, yeah.
Yep.
Wow, you got
A clown and her dolly.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And the neighbor that had like the unicycle, and he's like, honk, honk.
Yep, that was Kelly's favorite growing up.
Wow, that shit was great.
You guys are the same age, though, so that makes sense. I don't know what mine was. I mean, I watched all sorts of like old Nickelodeon stuff, so like Rocko's Modern Life.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was good stuff. Real Monsters.
Real Monsters was good.
Yep.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
I didn't watch that one.
Yeah, because you're old.
Yep. I can't wait to show my kid Blue's Clues.
Oh, classic Blues.
Classic, yeah,
With
with
Steve.
Joe.
No,
I'm sorry,
Steve.
with Steve.
Fuck
Yeah,
Joe.
I'm going off to college.
Yeah, right.
Right. I was listening to a podcast that I listened to. It's called This Is Love, and they had Steve and the new. I don't know who the new guy is.
Me either.
But they just redid it like 3 years ago, and they had them both on, and they were talking about it, and it was kind of cool to listen to. You know, I was like, oh man, I want to have my kid watch it because I mean it made sense. You know, it was a very good learning show. It was good for young, good for, a little bit older.
I used to love Blues Clues.
Yeah. I mean, I still go through Rugrats.
Oh, Rugrats is awesome.
Yeah, you still listen. As soon as you hear the first like 2 or 3 beats to the theme song, you're just like, oh, I can sing the whole thing.
Oh, for sure.
No.
But I'm about to piss my pants. So, with all that scene, wow.
Without solid me from Schned, Schürflen, and a flot Concerten.
Mike W., thank you so much for joining me once again on this episode of the Garage Boozing Podcast. Again, Mike is 10-time guest, most appeared guest in the garage. Thank you for coming. What a chat. It's always a pleasure to see you. And yeah, I'm going to go piss my pants. We'll see you nerds next week.
Bye, nerds.
See you nerds later.
Hey, nerds, please don't forget the #1 way to support the brand. Buy some merch. We've got hats, hoodies, sweatshirts, t-shirts, and it's all available to you at www.garageboozing.net/shop. And don't forget to follow on all your favorite social media accounts as well as YouTube at Garage Boozing. And of course, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe, whatever the button may be, to the Garage Boozing Podcast on your favorite podcast platforms so you can be notified as soon as a new episode is released.
Ladies, gentlemen, and nerds. Do you have what it takes to be a guest on the fastest growing, alcohol chugging, and nonsense talking podcast? Well, now is your chance. The Garage Boozing Podcast has new guests every week, and you could be one of them. Just simply log on to www.garageboozing.net, click the Be on the Show tab, and submit your information. It's that simple. Join the boozement, or be a loser. Don't miss your chance, because we're taking this to the moon.